What's happening in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir? The protests there are continuing. Joint Awami Action Committee has stepped up its protest against the Pakistani government by calling for a Muzaffarabad Chalo long march today. This move follows a day of large-scale demonstrations across the region. At the same time, solidarity protests are also planned outside Pakistani embassies in Paris and London. Organizers say the protests are meant to draw global attention to the alleged atrocities by Pakistani government and military against unarmed civilians in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. In fact, over the last couple of weeks, we have seen unrest continuing in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. And now what we have learned is that a mass march has been planned. Muzaffarabad Chalo is the name of this particular march that has been planned for today, which is 15th of July. Let's go across to my colleague Ankit, joining us live right now for more on this. Ankit, give us more details. It seems that the unrest is not going to die down anytime soon. The idea right now is to also get global attention on atrocities by Pakistani establishment and also the military there. Okay, I think we've got some problem with the connection out there. We'll try and reconnect with Ankit in just a bit. But this is the big story that we have at this point in time. Pakistan-occupied Kashmir has been on the boil for quite some time. We have with us my colleague Akanksha Swaroop also joining us live right now. Akanksha, there has been no let-up in the protests in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. They've been going on for quite some time now. And give us more details about this Muzaffarabad Chalo march that has been planned for today.
Absolutely, and you see the way the Pakistani establishment under Field Marshal Asim Munir has been brutally muffling the voices of these innocent protesters who are all set to move to Muzaffarabad tomorrow on Wednesday, and in fact today itself. And we are also being told that Pakistan Rangers had killed the POK protesters in that firing. Close to 8 people have lost their lives. More importantly, India's External Affairs Ministry has also reacted to the tensions in POJK. They have gone to talk about how it is Pakistan's failed administration which, instead of listening and addressing the concerns which is regarding the quality of life, the cost of living crisis, all of these protesters in POJK are asking for their basic political and economic rights, Hina, and instead of addressing them on a one-to-one basis or going and meeting and letting dialogue ensue, they are resorting to high-handed violence. So I'm just going to quickly quote what the MEAs had to say. They're saying that essential supplies such as food and medicines have been blocked. Internet blackouts have been imposed. Lethal force has been used against unarmed civilians, resulting in several tragic deaths. As you are aware, we expect the international community to hold Pakistan accountable for these grave human rights abuses. The ongoing protests in POJK are a direct consequence of Pakistan's decades-long systemic exploitation, denial of fundamental rights, and administrative oppression in areas under its illegal and forcible occupation. So it is India which is not just raising the voice for these innocent protesters on our own domestic soil. We've taken this to the United Nations also. We'll have to see. And this, as you rightly highlighted earlier as well, that it's a diversionary tactic because Pakistan, under this failed administration of the puppet Prime Minister, is on a very shaky ground, even more so after what we are seeing, especially in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan province as well.
Thank you very much, Akanksha, for the moment, for joining us with your input. Despite being battered multiple times, Pakistan is far from giving up its intentions to destabilize India, as the terror industry is not only sustaining but growing by leaps and bounds within the territory it holds. In a fresh update, the notorious terror organization Lashkar-e-Toiba is reportedly teaching its cadre new skills, including martial arts, use of artificial intelligence and infiltration through international waters. A video of the training has emerged. It shows terrorist training inside a swimming pool. Let's go across to Ankit Bhatt for more on this. Ankit, now this is extremely serious.
Yes, absolutely. And it also exposes the Pakistan how Pakistan is giving the shelter to the terrorists on their soil. This video clearly shows that how Pakistani terrorists are being trained by the ISI, by the Pakistani army. These videos are of the Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorists. They are working on the three fronts. One is of the water, second is jungle warfare, third is for the women's AI-based intelligence training, which they are giving to the terrorists. Two types of training which they are giving: Dorai As, Dorai Khas, and Dorai Am. Dorai Am is mostly for the 3 months. Dorai Khas is mostly for the 6 months.
Okay.
But this visuals clearly exposes the Pakistan once again.
Well, absolutely.
These visuals
Sinister new tactics have been exposed once again. Thank you very much, Ankit Bhatt, for the moment, for joining us with your inputs on this story. And with this, we will slip into another very, very short break. Coming back with lots more. Don't go anywhere.